So today let's talk about the first important step when we're talking about foreclosure, and that's the foreclosure timeline in the state of California. Now, before we talk about the timeline, imagine that there was a big epidemic going around, some kind of a bug or disease or something that was making people really sick, and there was a surgery or an operation that could be performed, but it had to be performed relatively quickly. Now, as you go to your doctor, he can refer you to 3 different specialists, and he's letting you make the decision. One of those specialists has performed the operation 4 times. Another specialist has performed the operation 48 times, while your final choice, which ends up being your choice, that specialist has performed the operation over 1,500 times. Now, of course, you and I would both pick that doctor that had done the operation 1,500 times to work with us. And it's the same thing with your financial health. When you're thinking about dealing with a property maybe you're going to be behind on payments or it's over leveraged, you'd want to work with somebody that had the most experience, wouldn't you? So having done all of that, it gives me a very unique skill set as well as a unique perspective when it comes to fighting banks for homeowners. It's something that I'm very familiar with and something that frankly I'm better at doing than the average real estate professional because I've dealt with almost every scenario. Now, I want to share with you the foreclosure timeline. It's a video that I made, and it'll help you to understand exactly what it looks like and use some images to make it a little more visual.
In order to understand the process and become an expert in doing short sales, you have to become familiar with the foreclosure timeline. When a borrower has missed a payment on their mortgage, they become what is known as delinquent. After 3 missed payments or 90 days of being delinquent, a notice of default, or NOD, is filed with the county, and that record becomes available to the public. Once another 90 days after the notice of default has passed, then the file is charged off, and the bank writes it off as bad debt. This is when a notice of trustee sale, or NOTS, is filed. This serves as a public notice of the sale and actually sets the trustee sale date. Typically within 21 days of the notice of trustee sale date being filed, the property is then sold at a foreclosure auction to the highest bidder. If it is not sold at the auction, then the property reverts back to the lender as an REO, or bank-owned property. This is a general foreclosure timeline that varies from state to state. Before going through this process, a homeowner in distress needs to know they have other options before losing their home to foreclosure.
Now you've seen where you are probably in that timeline. If you're anywhere near the notice of default, you need to call me. Call me at the number on this page and we can talk about your specific scenario and I can get you the help you need. If you're anywhere past the NOD, maybe you're closer to the notice of trustee sale date, you need to give me a call right away. If you're planning on doing a short sale or doing something with your property without missing payments, call me before you miss a payment. The purpose of the call is that I can help you to strategize and make a better game plan so that you are in control throughout this entire process. Probably the thing that's most sad when I work with homeowners is the homeowners that just kind of avoid the inevitable and they don't get educated and they stress and fret over things that aren't even important, things that aren't even worth stressing about. And a lot of times those clients, after they have a chat with me, will be able to just relax. They'll just think, well, wait, it wasn't such a big deal. Because I know when it's in your face, and I've dealt with family that's gone through short sales and foreclosures, when it's in your face and it's personal, it kind of makes it a little bit harder for you to deal with it. Whereas if it's impersonal, it's away from you, it's easier to make snap decisions. I want to be impersonal to your situation in that I won't be so emotionally attached, but I'm very personal when it comes to I understand what you're going through, and I can personally help you to feel comfortable no matter where you are so that you can make the best decision for you and for your family.
Those of us who are going through situations like this where there's the possibility of losing our homes and such is a really stressful time for everybody. And the worst part about it is that when you go to somebody to try and get some kind of a solution, most people treat you like a number, and there's always that look of judgmental, position. How could you get yourself in this situation, kind of thing. And what really struck us as a family and as individuals is your compassion for us. We weren't just another customer. You made us feel comfortable. You made us feel like it was okay and it was going to be all right. You could take care of the practical solution of the short sale. And after that, it was relatively easy for us to let that go and just let you do your job. And you did that beautifully for us, not just the practical part, but again, the caring part. And that really, to me, is the most important thing. Because there's a lot of people out there that anybody can go to. Some who know what they're doing, some who don't. Everybody tells you they do, but we all know that that's not the case. But for me, it wasn't really the actual thing. It was the process by which it was handled. And that's really important. And that's why when I talk to my friends about these kinds of things, I don't tell them specifically just that you can do your job and that you're good at it. But you also can give them the comfort that they need to move through this. Because it's a humbling process. It's a humbling situation for any person, any family, but certainly for the patriarch of the family, it's a difficult thing to go through. It's a difficult thing. We beat ourselves up enough. We don't need an outsider to give us that look of, okay, you got yourself in this, now let me see what I can do for you. As opposed to, hey, it's all right, things happen, we'll take care of it.
So look forward to speaking with you. I've got more information on this page. It's the other video that talks about the 3 questions: tax, credit, and financial liability after foreclosure or short sale. Be sure to check those out and call me so that I can go over and help you with your options. I do have a limited number of people that I work with, so give me a call sooner than later so that I can work with you.